And welcome back to Game Talk. I'm your host, Evan Beyond. Today I'm joined by Connor
Hey guys.
and Mike.
Hello.
Today we are playing Valheim, so if you're listening to this episode audio only, you should definitely check out the YouTube video. Otherwise, this probably won't make sense. It's a nice peaceful day here in Valheim. We just survived like a goblin incursion, so that's good.
And not the most peaceful day, actually.
Yeah, actually, like as soon as I logged in, like 20 of those heathens tried to kill me, so
Yeah, so we're actually at pretty varying levels of progression right now. Ahmed has played a little bit, and he's rocking leather armor right now, which is my old armor. I'm up to bronze, and I think, Mike, you're up to iron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Mike is considerably ahead of us.
Yeah, Mike's definitely going to be the one carrying here. But right now, the sun looks like it's starting to go down. Do we want to sleep
Yeah, probably a good idea.
fast forward? But yeah,
How did I just... Okay, I just found a fun bug. I just got my smelter up to 22 out of 20 coal by spamming
Nice.
the E button.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth pointing out for anyone who doesn't know, this game is in early access, but it has been blowing up as of late. Like, this is the new hotness right now.
Yeah, it's definitely the flavor of the month right now. I'm not... I see a lot of people thinking it's going to be more than that, and I'm not totally convinced yet, but I'm having a lot of fun with it as a flavor of the month game.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's great right now, but I don't see it becoming like a Minecraft.
No.
You know, which
No,
some
I don't even
people
see
are...
it becoming like a Rust, necessarily. Like, I don't know that it has staying power like that.
Day 30, wow, we're up to day 30, okay.
Yeah, man, I've been playing.
I've noticed this little pen you've set up, so have we tamed these boars, or...
Yeah,
it
you
work?
just kind of... Well, my understanding... I didn't do any of this. My friend Christian hopped on and just tamed a bunch of boar for me. And he only tamed 2, actually. They've been breeding. And I just kind of throw food in here every once in a while, and they eat it. And yeah, they're pretty hungry right now. They seem to always be hungry. I don't have enough food.
Are they basically just a food source for us?
I mean, I haven't killed any of them yet. I haven't really needed to because I hunt often enough. I don't really know
Yeah.
what the point of having them is. But I sure have them.
What if you be cool if you could like be some sort of beast master and have them fight for you?
That would be neat. I think I don't know. I mean, the problem is boars aren't super useful once you get better at killing deer. Deer are definitely what I would rather be killing right now.
Oh no, boars
Oh,
are actually
no.
useful for leather scraps.
Our beehive got destroyed at some point. That's a shame. I don't know that I... Oh yeah, I can craft it. Cool.
Yeah, one really cool thing about this game to me is like it's bringing back those feelings of like old school Minecraft where like nothing is readily apparent and you just have to sort of figure things out on your own.
I don't know what I'm doing at all.
Yeah.
I know that right now my goal... Well, actually, I don't even think I need any more copper. I think I have enough once I...
Hey, I kind of want to just like go in a direction and explore. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, if we go north, we should be able to find more copper, which is what I need.
Okay. Also, did you ever make that second pickaxe?
No, you should be able to find the deer horns either here or in the old base, and you should do that before we go anywhere.
I'm gonna
But yeah, so
take some of your
just to
bronze
sort of
there for a
talk about
second.
some stuff while
Upgrade
we
your
play.
forge.
I sent you guys some news in our chat earlier today. It finally happened. EA finally killed Anthem.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
saw that.
not surprised.
Surprise of absolutely no one.
Did you just use up my bronze?
Oh, I used it to upgrade your forge.
Oh, okay. What does that get me?
Level 2 forge, so you can build better quality items.
Well, I don't have any bronze now.
Yeah, you can always make more bronze.
That's true.
See, Connor, that was like so far beneath him. He didn't even think it would like matter if he did that. That's how high he is.
I need
in
80
comparison to
bronze
us.
nails, and now I can only afford 50. That sucks.
What was the item called?
It was a a hard antler, I think. It's probably at the old base. I probably didn't bring it with me.
Okay.
Oh, you
I mean,
have a
I'm not
mountain
too
here.
concerned. I kind of just want to explore.
Yeah, you can just cover me while I'm on.
I have arrows and stuff that I can put up some semblance of a fight with.
How am I on arrows? Bad. Very bad. Out, even.
I do really like the music in this game. It's very, very relaxing. Hopefully that's coming through to the video.
Yeah, I hope so, because it is a
It
killer
is.
soundtrack.
It's just very quiet.
That's, you know. I get, like... When people said that Breath of the Wild, when it came out, was kind of like a, survival game, I kind of scoffed at that at the time, but after playing this, I kind of see it. Like, certain aspects of this game
Yeah, I mean,
remind
it's definitely got survival. It's definitely got survival elements. I mean, but like, I feel like this game leans a lot more into the survival. Though, like, I don't think you can die of hunger, which is, I mean, that's not very survival-y, but
I mean, you can't die of hunger in Breath of the Wild either.
can you not? It's been so long that I forget.
No, food just heals you, and Breath of the Wild.
All right, I've got my wooden club. I've got my fire arrows. I'm ready to explore.
I had some flint, so I could make some flint arrows, but I guess I'm stuck with wood for now. I just used all the flint.
This is baby easy biome for me now.
I mean,
Yeah, Mike,
it was never
Mike-
particularly difficult.
Take us somewhere highly dangerous.
Oh, you want highly dangerous? You have one right next to you.
The mountain. We can't even step foot in it though, because
Oh yeah, we get too cold.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I have the recipe for something that fixes that.
Wait,
Actually,
so I have a question. So these maps are procedurally generated, right? So, but I'm assuming like everyone has the same sort of progression. It's just the areas look slightly different. So like Mike's Black Forest is different from ours, but like you still have to go to the Black Forest like second. Is that
Yeah.
does
Same
that
biome
track?
progression. It's just different locations and different map layouts.
Does my cape
Okay.
keep me warm in the mountain?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time I ventured into the mountain, I like didn't even have pants. So whatever
Somebody
I
needs
have,
to make themselves visible on the map. I think it's you, Mike.
yeah, it's Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know how to play this game like a podcast, because it's kind of dull in the moment to moment. Like,
I mean,
I
it's
enjoy,
just sort of ambient.
yeah, I enjoy playing it. It's simultaneously dull but requires thought.
Like, I didn't expect Anthem to die as fast as it did, but
I
I-
did.
I saw it coming. You know,
it
like
sucks for BioWare.
they have had so much time to do something to mitigate like the bleeding on that game, but like in the end, just no one really cared, which kind of, I mean, it sucks for the devs, but like I could have told you this a year ago, honestly. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
now I'm
I
jealous.
can't think of
'cause I
anything
can't
they
mine.
could have done to make that game interesting without making it just a worse clone of games we already have, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know, like I feel like there's so many games chasing Destiny, you know, like, but like more often than not, they end up like Anthem or like Marvel's Avengers, even where like,
Yeah,
A
Destiny
lot of
must be making
teams-
an insane amount of money. 'Cause I can
Yes,
say,
they-
like, Destiny is a fun game, but never have I played Destiny and thought, like, man, I wish there was more of this. Like,
I mean, Destiny sort of kicked off this whole wave, right? Like, they were the first ones to do it right, and like we've
actually,
had many.
Warframe was, I think.
Well, they were the. I feel like after Destiny, like people
Oh,
saw the dollar signs Destiny produced and then wanted to do it right. Like,
Yeah.
Warframe might have been the first, but like similar to like how Demon Souls was the first, Dark Souls was the one that like set off the trend.
Yeah, but I still think Warframe is the better game.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
comment on that 'cause
Warframe-
I haven't played Warframe.
I
But it
think
does
the
look
first
very
looter
cool.
shooter was actually Borderlands. Kind of that
That's true.
style.
But, Borderlands wasn't
yes.
an MMO light.
Right. So yeah, like Destiny obviously takes influences from Borderlands, but like Destiny also takes influences from MMOs to sort of combine the two things and create something semi-new. And like we've seen successful ones like the Division and but like for every division, I feel like you have a Marvel's Avengers or an Anthem, and it's just like this is a very risky business model. Like I feel like a lot of teams aren't equipped to do what they need to do to make the Destiny model successful, but like they sure do keep trying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean it's another thing that died all due to similar reasons. It's a lack of commitment in large part, you know? Like EA saw this and they saw dollar signs,
I
you
mean
know?
the team was committed. They had like a whole like plan, they had like a roadmap and everything, but it's just like if the players aren't there,
Uh,
then
I
it's like
think the team was committed, yeah, but I don't think EA was ready to do what
right.
they needed to do to make this
The
happen.
I don't think EA was ready to hemorrhage money for X amount of years until Anthem finally became like profitable, you know?
Yeah, and that's the same reason we found out Stadia, recently we found out Stadia is dying. They're
Oh,
canceling all
Yeah, who
man.
could have
first-party
seen all
development.
of this coming?
Who could have seen Stadia dying? Man,
I
it's
know.
not like we
The
talked about it.
Certainly
year
not the
ago.
billionaire CEOs who made these decisions in the first place, but
Yeah,
literally
it's almost
everyone
as
else.
if capitalism isn't a meritocracy, but
I swear to God, we were talking about how Stadia would fail like a year ago when it was announced.
We were, yeah, we were, and
We
same
were
thing with Anthem.
all.
Like literally a year plus ago, we were saying Stadia's gonna fail, Anthem's gonna fail.
oh yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know anybody who hasn't had their heart broken in some small part by a failed Google project.
It's,
Like
it's
anytime Google announces something, the first thing I think of is how long is this one gonna last?
yeah. Google projects are well known for not lasting as long as they should.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like that's just a quirk that a company like Google, like being as wealthy as they are, they're able to do. They're able to spin up these insane billion-dollar projects, and like if they don't work out, they can just can them, and overall, it can just be chalked up to like R&D costs, because like they're so rich it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and I'm sure they learned something technology-wise. I'm sure the company gained something from doing Stadia.
Yeah, and I do think, cloud gaming is not going anywhere, right? Like that still seems to be a major focus going forward. Microsoft seems very committed to that.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
just going into more competent hands
yes.
from a business perspective.
There are
Right.
some solid cloud gaming services right now, but Stadia just wasn't one of them.
Yeah, and they didn't have the commitment to become one. I
Like at the core of all of these problems, like, like at the core of the Anthem problem, the core of the Stadia problem, I think they all share the same core, which is games. Like if Stadia had very compelling games exclusive to it, I feel like it would be doing much better.
Yeah. Speaking of needing exclusive games, have you seen Jim Ryan's statement on future Sony titles?
Yeah, a lot of Sony titles coming to PC. That's very
Starting with the
interesting.
one no one cared about, Days Gone.
Days Gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird choice.
Well,
but
they started with actually Horizon
Yeah.
Zero Dawn, which was very
Which-
popular.
huge,
but-
yeah.
But yeah, no, he said future titles will be showing up on PC. But I think what they're going to do, at least in the short term, is like to continue the trend of like, okay, this PlayStation game that is 2 to 4 years old, after it's had its say on PlayStation, we'll bring it to PC. It'll be very interesting to see if there's a day and date PC PlayStation release, because that would mark a true sort of shift in the way we know things.
Yeah. I just think they've realized that there are a lot of people who play games on a PC who would never, ever buy a console. And then there's people like me who I was never gonna buy. I am probably, I don't think I ever have actually. I've never bought a new PS4 game, and I bought my PS4 used. So I got to enjoy Sony titles, and they never got a dime out of me.
Yeah.
So they are actually losing money on me because I just waited until everything was secondhand. Whereas had they released all of those
Yeah, I mean,
games
it's-
day and date on PC, they would have gotten money out of me.
Yeah, and I think, as the years have gone by, the emphasis has obviously shifted way more heavily in the favor of like software rather than hardware, right? So like it's becoming less and less important that these games, are on a PlayStation console rather
Right.
than these games are just available to buy on a platform. And like me saying this now, 2 or 3 years ago, I was singing a very different tune.
I
was
remember.
adamant
You saying
that,
it on this very podcast.
yes, exactly. Yeah, no, like, and it just goes to show you how quickly things can shift in this industry. And like, my opinion is, I can say now that I was wrong on that. Like,
If
it
wrong's the
makes
word,
more.
because at the time, yeah, things have just kind of changed, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I'm all I'm saying is like right now and into the future, it's very much looking like it's less important that your games are exclusive on one particular hardware. It's just selling the games because that's what gets you most revenue.
Yeah, it's the console market has dramatically shifted because previously you get a unique experience on consoles. Now, there's not much of a difference between starting up your console and going through 18,000 updates and starting up your PC and going through 18,000 updates. The gap is closed. Last gen was the start of that, and I think this gen really cemented that whole consoles aren't the same anymore.
Yeah, and
it's interesting because it has been a combination between like PC getting a little better about giving you a console-like experience, and also console getting a lot worse at not being a mess of updates and things.
Yeah.
It's and just the nostalgia guy in me, like, I don't want to see consoles go away. I think consoles still have a place.
I don't think they're going away.
But no, but like 10 years from now, you got to start thinking, like, if maybe there's only like a PlayStation service that you subscribe to or an Xbox service. Xbox is already sort of doing that with Game Pass, like maybe that's the next step, the logical extension of that. Who knows,
Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised, but
yeah. But just speaking of Sony, this has got a lot of people thinking, with Jim Ryan's statements. Everyone sort of wants, Bloodborne. Bloodborne's the big
that's
one,
the
right?
yeah.
Bloodborne's the one that, I mean, at least in the circles I'm privy to, like, the hardcore gamers want Bloodborne, and they want it now.
Yeah.
And there is going to be, yeah, and I mean, a lot of people, like, a lot of people consider Bloodborne to be FromSoft's best game, and I don't want to even attempt to argue that. I think that's a very valid opinion.
I'd pay my $60 probably to play Bloodborne on a PC instead of a PS4.
Yeah, I mean,
I just vastly prefer playing a game on PC. I don't even have a good reason with Bloodborne.
Yeah,
it's just comfier to me.
I'm getting murked right by these things. It's funny. I was able to kill these when we weren't in the dark woods, but now they're like way stronger.
If they have oh, you were probably killing greylings. Grey dwarfs are much stronger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I did
and also
kill
there's
one.
like grey dwarfs that are red and they have like a star next to their name. They're way harder.
Yeah. And just one other Sony related, or actually a couple Sony related things I wanted to touch on. One was they announced recently that their intention of bringing VR to PS5. And obviously it's not ready yet, right? It's probably going to be ready sometime in 2022. But I think it's really important that this early they came out and said that, yes, we are still staunch supporters of VR. Because, like, like a lot of people were sort of getting worried, like, would VR go away?
I was worried PSVR was going to go away.
Yeah, but, like, no, Sony is still very much committed to VR. And they even unveiled a few details of what this next-gen VR solution could look like. And they mentioned having, like, haptics in the VR controllers, much like the DualSense. So, and they mentioned that well, not completely wireless, it's reduced from the monstrosity it is now to a single cable connection, which is an improvement.
That's a massive, that's a huge deal.
So I think, I'm very excited for the next generation of VR. I hope to see that in 2022. And I'm glad that big players like Sony are still pushing VR, whereas it's been notably absent from the other two big players.
Emmett, I just tossed you a pickaxe. I'm not sure you picked it up or not.
I was running away from this grayling, so probably
Mike
not.
just picked it up. He'll bring it to you.
Okay. I'm definitely the baby. You guys have to keep me alive.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, PSVR was probably one of the big things that PlayStation really dedicated themselves last gen, and it worked out for them. With no sign of Microsoft VR whatsoever, I think PlayStation definitely offers that.
Like, the gen before, like the PlayStation 3 generation, like Sony, and even the PS2 generation, Sony was sort of looking at handhelds, right? Because you saw the meteoric success of, you know, like Game Boy, Nintendo DS, and stuff like that. And obviously, Sony thought like, hey, maybe I can do that too. And we all know how that went. I mean, the PSP was very successful, but the Vita was not, and I don't think they have any intention of making a handheld again. But like, they found another sort of avenue to branch into last generation with VR, and I'm so glad they did, because I think what they did, because I think VR, like obviously like PSVR is, I guess, the lowest of the gamer grade VR you could get, right? Like it's better than like mobile VR, but it's not gonna be anywhere Vive or an Oculus. But like what it did was like, you know, like there are 100 million plus PlayStation 4s out in the wild right now. It really made VR more accessible to someone who wanted to play, to you know, a game owner who wanted to play like uh not something simple in VR, like not like a demo, but like an actual game in VR. So
Yeah.
glad about that.
Yeah, and the
I
handheld
agree.
market's gone now, though. Unfortunately,
What do you mean?
the
Well,
handheld market's
Nintendo,
been
Nintendo has ruled the handheld market.
it's
You know,
Yeah.
like they're
gone
the
the way of
undisputed
mobile
kings.
phones. Like even
I mean,
Nintendo's backed away
Switch
from
is,
handhelds.
I mean, Switch is mobile. Switch is handheld. You know,
It's a weird
Yeah.
hybrid though. I don't count it exclusively as a handheld.
it's a hybrid. Yeah. But you know, like I bet you if like the Nintendo Switch Lite is a handheld and that sells pretty well. You know, like
Yeah,
I right now in the current landscape, Nintendo is the only one who could put out a handheld and be successful. Like it's just how it is, I think.
Yeah, I mean they just have an amazing track record with it. You know, you can't beat that.
yeah, you really can't beat Nintendo.
Certainly
it
not at their
comes
own
to
game.
Many have
handhelds.
tried. Yeah.
Anybody who's
Handhelds,
tried has been promptly put in the dirt.
motion controls, yeah. Um, okay, yeah. One last piece of Sony news I want to go over, then we can talk about something else. There is going to be a state of play tomorrow. So these, you know, they're kind of like Nintendo Direct Lights. None of them are actually like hype, like Nintendo Directs tend to be. But you know, it'd be nice to get like some sort of update on current situation with PS4 and PS5. Sony usually saves like their big guns for like trade shows like E3 and like Sony conferences like the PlayStation Experience. So I don't expect anything too big here, but like small updates are always nice. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Do we want to go to bed?
Yeah, we can. Something interesting. You mentioned Nintendo Direct. Nintendo has since their Direct made not one, not two, but three game announcements that are like massive to me that would have really increased my hype at that Direct.
Yeah.
What have they announced
They
since then?
dropped Tony Hawk Pro Skater is going to be coming to Switch. That's incredible. The remake of 1 and 2.
They also announced well, they didn't, but a next gen ports of Tony Hawk were announced as well, which is really cool.
Right, which is why they waited, I think.
And they're gonna support 1080p 120 FPS, which is just huge.
Yeah, because that game is awesome at high frame rates.
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Connor.
They've also announced Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which is a real throwback, coming to Switch all of a sudden, and that's cool. I think it's also coming to PS4, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but I'm certainly happy about it. I love that game. I actually picked it up on PC not very long ago.
Oh, I am caught on fire.
You'll get that.
Okay, better. Okay. Yeah, it's always weird with these shows because I feel like that's not an uncommon thing. I feel like every time there's like a big show or announcement or whatever, we always have like announcements that trickle in after and before. So I don't know if it's just like the timing of these deals just don't work out every time or whatever, but it is sort of weird that we don't have all the announcements in one event.
I think that's what happened this time. I think they just didn't have, like, I they just weren't ready to confirm Tony Hawk yet.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to announce it along with the other next gen ports. So I get that. I still think it was a weird call, but
I'm carrying too much. Oh no. Let me get to my chest.
yeah, better empty your pockets. You just have too much. This game doesn't have a ton of like big flaws in my opinion, but one major one is that there is just
You
too
can barely
much.
carry
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, like, and there's no good way to sort stuff into chests, really. Like, there's no convenient way to handle all that. It's a significant problem. Emma, did you throw a stone axe at me at some point?
I
Or
don't
did
think
you
so.
drop your stone axe, maybe?
Did I?
I have one. I just threw it in the woods because I don't need it.
I mean, I have a stone axe.
You have a flint axe.
No, I have a stone axe.
Oh,
Looking at it.
maybe Mike threw it at me. I don't know.
Why would I have a stone axe?
I don't know. Maybe you took it out of my chests and threw it at me for having it because it's a stupid thing to have this
No.
late in the game.
You're not too late.
I don't know,
You
man.
just defeated the first boss.
Yeah, but I have full bronze armor. Why would I have a stone axe?
I don't know.
Insult him. I need to get rid of these rocks. I was just carrying so many rocks.
If you have 50, you should come out here and make a pile of them with your hammer. That's.
I had
better way to-
11.
Okay.
But
yeah,
in-
11
in
you
our-
can just toss in a chest.
In our chest, there's 31 now.
Are you too good for the bottom bunk here, Mike? I see you placed your own bed next to the bottom bunk I made for you.
No
Yeah.
comment.
I'm doing a little side project up in the mountain.
That's fun.
I'm managing my storage because I have a lot of useless junk.
I'm still just getting copper. It's kind of what I do right now.
Oh, a wolf. The wolves.
You can tame those.
I know, but I want their pelts.
Okay. Are you trying to make coats
Yes.
so that we can go in the mountains and get killed, and you can laugh at us?
I mean, this is where I need to progress next, so, I mean, I'm just progressing myself.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's actually something an untold perk of this game is that, like, even though I was just hopping on Mike's game, like, when I needed to mess with my inventory stuff, I could hop off and go to my world, and then come back and just, like, do my progress, but
And your
exist in the
character
same
carries
world.
over and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was neat. It was kind of, you can do that in Terraria, but Terraria, your progress is so linked to developing your world that I never really felt like that was a viable way to play. But in this game, I don't see a problem with it at all. In fact, I
Yeah.
thought about cheesing the game in that way because it's kind of annoying to transport metals and things. So I thought, maybe I could just build a base on one world and actually play in another. And so, like, when I'm done exploring and I have my inventory full and stuff, I just hop on my my actual base world. And
Yeah.
I didn't do it because it's too cheesy for me. I don't like cheesing survival games.
Take that, Grayling. Mike, are you in the on the mountain right now?
Yeah, I'm fighting wolves. Yes.
So we can't go to the mountain.
Right.
Conveniently, I've set up little fireways.
Fireways.
Yeah, I'm just putting
You
fires
just
down.
built campfires. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be a way to do it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Wolves
That's
hurt.
a good idea.
Wolves hit like a truck.
Believe it. They hit harder than. Oh god, there's a troll here. I'm gonna fight it. That's another thing I found interesting is that troll armor is something I feel like could have been a progression path for me, but I think I went bronze instead, and I don't
Oh,
know.
so like branches.
Yeah, like
It
I don't know.
kinda
If there's an
branches.
advantage either way.
Troll actually gives you advantages to sneak.
Oh, that's interesting. That makes sense though, because the easiest way to kill a troll is to sneak around and shoot it in the head with arrows. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I still remember, Connor, when we first encountered the troll, we were just we had never seen anything like that before in this game.
Yeah, he just hit me pretty hard. I didn't like it.
And he just killed you.
Oh yeah,
I
I
mean,
forgot I
just
have a
now.
harpoon. So there's actually a little bit of a bug with the harpoon, and it's actually
Yeah,
kind
we'll,
of
we'll
funny.
have to link that fun clip of me getting annihilated.
Oh
in
no,
the
there's
ocean.
another bug.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Emmett's help for this though. We're gonna launch
Oh,
into
you
the
need my
moon.
help?
You might want to put your stuff away. We're gonna launch you to the moon.
Okay. Let's go back to the base then. Or you could just launch me and kill me and I can come back and get it. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't know
That's a
where
good
you're gonna
point. You probably won't lose any stats. Oh no, I'm getting flanked by skeletons while hunting this troll.
go. I need you to turn on PvP damage real fast.
Okay.
Is it on?
How do I do that?
Oh, there's cross
I think
swords.
Connor has to do that, right?
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
It's Oh, is it server wide?
Yeah.
Oh, give me a second. I can't.
Oh, I can do it now. Yeah, you just have to hit the sword icons up in there, your menu.
Okay.
And if they're crossed, then you can take PvP damage, which they're not crossed for you right now. I only know this because my harpoon's not sticking.
Our happy viewers who I know were wanting an update, I did successfully kill the troll and not die. It took a
Well
while.
done.
And I burnt through 20 arrows.
Now disable or enable PvP so Mike can torture me.
Oh,
or
you
whatever
have
he
to
wants
enable PvP. Hold on, we gotta get far enough away from each other.
You have to hit tab and enable PvP.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's enabled.
All right,
Oh, Lord.
all right, okay. So
Try
go to
to
the other
resist.
side of this door. You might want to get on my side. And then when I say to, open the door.
Okay.
About now should do. Oh man. Oh!
Oh no.
It sent you somewhere.
I have 1 HP.
That's entertaining. Where's Connor at?
I like how I didn't just go in one direction. I like boomeranged around.
Yeah, it's because I still have the harpoon attached. If I would have released, you probably wouldn't have went.
Ah, okay, yeah. Now we're bonded.
Yeah.
We're attached, quite literally. I do think it's kind of silly how this crow pops up like every 3 seconds. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Like if you walk like 20 feet, it pops up again.
Yeah, you gotta talk to him, and he'll. Here.
I do talk to him, but then he just keeps coming back.
He probably is appearing for you because, like, there's a bunch of progression in this world. He almost never appears for me anymore because I've, like,
Oh really?
done stuff.
I mean, this time he just told me like I'm carrying too much stuff, but like I'm not.
Oh, that was probably from earlier. You probably just hadn't
Yeah.
talked to him yet. Whoa.
Thanks
Hey.
for the.
Got a harpoon.
Oh, let me turn it off now.
And, I assume you've already seen it, Mike, but the cart pulling mechanic in this game is actually really funny because I think it's actually physics-based.
It is.
Like, you literally just stand in front of the cart, and it spawns a rope in front of it, and you walk into the rope, and it pulls the cart behind you, and, like, the cart gets stuck on stuff. Oh, Mike, help me.
Where you at? Oh, hold on. I'm out of stamina.
Oh Lord.
I got him.
Oh, he's going for a trip.
Taking him on a journey.
I'm sniping him.
Oh, yeah, Emmett, there's no good reason for me to not
Oh!
use some wood to make a nicer bow. I could do that later. Where are you taking him? We can't even hit him.
I don't
He's
know
so
where
far
I'm
away.
taking him. Oh, he escaped.
We can kill him. He's low.
Oh, that's a tree.
Teamwork, guys.
Oh, he just took tree damage. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a cheat where you can use a troll to actually
There we go.
knock down the trees earlier. so you can get your fine wood and core wood and stuff.
Wow, he has like lots of coins.
Yeah.
So Mike, do you know what coins are used for?
Oh, the merchant.
The merchant.
Are swords better than axes, Mike?
I mean, it depends on what skill you level up, right?
Spears are really good. Swords are good. You can use axes as well. It's all the different types of damage they do.
I've just been using my axe because I already have it on me anyway, so it saves me inventory space.
But yeah, swords do a lot more.
Oh. When I was looking at the numbers, it looked like the bronze sword and the bronze axe did like the same amount of damage, so I didn't know why I would get a sword.
I don't know. I just like swords.
I'm a master of clubs and bows.
Yeah, I have a bow on me that I pretty much only use for deer and trolls.
You guys want to find the second boss and try to kill it?
I know where it is. I have it marked on the map. We need a boat to get to it, or at least a raft. We could probably take a raft. It'll just take a while. I imagine we could kill it, but I don't really want to kill anything with Mike on because I don't want to get progress using.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
It's too cheaty for me.
Yeah, using god powers.
Yeah.
How far ahead of us are you, Mike? Just out of curiosity.
I've defeated the third boss.
Okay.
Just last.
The third
time I
boss?
played.
So I don't know how many bosses there are, but it doesn't sound like you're that far ahead.
There's 5 bosses.
There's 5 bosses
okay.
currently. There's gonna
And
be
everyone
9
after
at
the
release.
first one is a pretty considerable move up, I think.
Yeah, they're definitely difficulty spikes after a certain point. Like, the second boss was a major difficulty spike, and the third boss is also a difficulty spike.
Okay. I like the rolling, the dodging in this game.
Yeah, it's soulsy enough that it's fun, but not so soulsy that I feel like I am playing a clone.
I just don't like the default key bindings for it. It's awkward for me as a console player.
It's a little awkward for me as a PC player.
Okay.
It's awkward.
Yeah, I tolerate it.
Right click and space at the same time. It's like, what? Okay.
Just killed 2 1-star deer, don't mind me. Just a master hunter.
I saw you try and hit that rock. That was a valiant effort, Mike.
I wanted to cross this. I drowned. Yeah, I'm drowned. I have enough health, it's fine.
Just tanking it.
Yeah, just tanking. I could actually.
Yeah, the inventory
fall for
management in
max
this
health.
game.
So Vikings can't swim, huh?
No, I just ran out of
management in this
stamina.
makes me think I should just carry a cart with me all the time because it's so annoying to run out of inventory space.
Yeah. Like I'm already full again.
Yeah, me too. I'm not anywhere near carrying capacity, but I'm pretty full. I could probably toss you some of my stuff to consolidate because I have some troll hide that I don't really need that you could carry because you have some too, I bet.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I really wonder if we're ever gonna go up to that tree.
No.
Right behind you, Emmett.
This might over encumber me, but yeah, it did. Okay.
Okay, you can toss it all back to me then.
Well, no, I can.
Just
yeah,
not
there's a
carry
crypt here.
rocks.
Yeah, not.
Yeah,
carry
we
it.
explored. Oh, I don't think I've explored that one. We should do it. That'll be fun podcast material.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the entrance.
Should I throw away my coins?
I mean, probably not. We're about to get more in the crypt. I would throw away rocks, wood, stuff like that. We don't really need.
Yeah, I'll throw away wood. Okay, I had 36 wood. That's way better.
I'm gonna throw away my rocks and wood too, because I do not need them at all.
This might have already been explored. All the doors are open.
So. I don't remember coming up here.
All the doors are
I
open.
mean, it's marked on my. It's not. I didn't mark it on my map.
I mean,
think
I've
it's already
definitely not
explored.
been here because my map's still filling out.
Yeah, I for sure have explored this. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I don't know if I fully explored it. Yeah, I did. This is for sure explored. Finding the items that you can only find in here is annoying. Oh, there is a marker in here, Amit, if you want to come visit it, that marks the next boss on your map.
Where is it?
It's where I'm standing in the burial chamber. I hear things happening.
Okay. I've entered. There we go. Light. This is creepy.
Right here.
Burial tombs are where the games get fun.
Yeah, they are pretty fun.
So all of a
Especially
sudden you're
here.
claustrophobic.
Yeah, especially when you're underpowered. It was a lot more fun in leather armor than bronze, because once it was bronze, I just kind of walked through it and pressed left click every once in a while.
You just like, were you not using a torch?
I did on my initial exploration because I knew things could jump out at me, but right now I can see well enough. I don't really need it. I'm just gonna hit out because there's nothing of value left. I'm going the wrong way. I need to go where Mike is. Yeah, this is as far north as I've been. Anything past here is unexplored territory. You might want to put your torch away, Ahmed.
All right. Mike's
Not
already way up
poison.
there.
So you guys been playing any other games other than Valheim? I know you've been hitting Civ 6 pretty hard, Ahmed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess we can talk about that for a bit. So I played Valheim with you, Connor, I think like early next week.
Early last week.
Early last week.
And then, you know, like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get back on the next day. And then my cousin messages me. He was like, yeah, I've taken a week off work and I really want to play some games. I was like, okay. Well, and then we started Civ, and we all know what happens when I play Civ. I
Yeah.
became a slave to that game once again, playing
yeah.
for ungodly amounts of time. Yeah, so I played a lot of Civ 6. You know what's really cool with the Frontier Pass, the expansion they're doing? Like they semi-regularly add some new features to the game. So this was the first time I played in a while, and they added something called like industries and corporations as well as heroes to the game. And heroes are like exactly what they sound like, mythical heroes, right? That, you know, like you can summon early in the game, and they have like very special effects. They're essentially military units with very special effects, and you can do some really cool things with them that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to do. And then for industries and corporations, if you have like multiple of a luxury or bonus resource, or it might just be luxury. Yeah, if you have multiple copies of a luxury resource, you can set up an industry of it in your empire. And later, when you advance far enough, it can become a corporation, and it basically just generates massive bonuses for you, like whether that be like culture or faith or science or gold. So yeah, really cool. Like I know this probably sounds really like minute to people who aren't playing Civ, but to someone who's so invested in it like me, even little changes can drastically change the way I play. So changes are always welcome in that game. And then I've also been playing Stellaris. So actually, just yesterday, me and my cousin installed Stellaris, and I mentioned before that I briefly checked it out, but I never went back to it after my initial like foray into it. And we played for a good like several hours yesterday, and it's super fun. Um, Very overwhelming, I think, for like noobs. Like when I first like like playing it for the first time in a while, it just takes so much time to just wrap your head around everything, and like especially when we play multiplayer, we're not like pausing the game often, so like notifications are popping up left and right like every few seconds, and it's just difficult to stay on top of everything. But like once you finally get into the groove of it, it's very fun. But overall, I'd still say like we're in the super early game for Stellaris, so like I don't have any more in-depth opinions as of yet, but it's pretty fun. I know, Mike, you've played Stellaris quite a bit,
I've
right?
played it to endgame several times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Like I know, like the end game scenarios can be like apocalyptic. So, looking forward to. By apocalyptic, I mean like universe destroying. So
Yeah, I'm excited for the new expansion for Stellaris, where you can become the apocalypse. That's gonna be fun.
Stellaris has so many expansions, like more than any other like game that I've played. I think like there's so many like on the store and stuff, and it's nighttime, and we should definitely be not outside because
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
getting
build us a fire.
yanked.
Do you have any?
I found
Oh,
more tombs.
oh, cool. That's what you're pinging.
Threw
Yeah, I
my
was pinging
way away.
tombs.
Remember? Oh many. Good lord.
Yeah, Emmett, stay close to me. I can protect you and build. Or yeah, Mike could probably do a better job. I finally started playing Super Mario 3D World, like the normal one, not Bowser's Fury. That game's so freaking good. Almost said a swear on the podcast. It's so good. It's just such pure joy running through that game. You know, no thoughts, just Mario.
Yeah, and the Nintendo scientists have really sort of nailed the formula for pure joy. Like they're good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that, for sure.
Yeah, like I've said before that I'm not the biggest level clear Mario. Even that said, and I'm on fire again. But even that said, like when Nintendo does level clear Mario, it's like better than pretty much anyone else doing a level clear style game.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like 3D World because it was level clear when it came out, and I was mad because I wanted 64 Galaxy Odyssey style stuff. But now that I have Odyssey, you know, like I got my fix for that, I'm not so bitter that I didn't get that this time.
Well, you got Bowser's Fury as well, which is a newish
That's a good
experience.
point, and that was extremely open. Although that still is definitely a hybrid. You know, it's not 60. No.
Yeah, you cut out for a little bit there, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Some help. I'm getting slow.
Yeah, have you been? Obviously, you've been playing Valheim too.
Yeah, obviously, but we're watching an episode of Valheim. I don't think I have much to say that will not be completely clear upon watching it. I will say it's way more fun to play than watch. I tried to watch some streamers play, and I got nothing out of it. I thought it was extremely boring.
I know it's like a super popular stream game, and I don't get that yet. Like,
yeah,
it's not
really sure
that
why.
popular as a streaming game, honestly. Like more people,
It's not?
like even when I stream it, I don't pull anything. Not even like one person.
But
I believe that, 'cause it's
last
just
week,
not-
didn't we check and it was like third on Twitch, which is pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's huge. But like, I don't know. I found it extremely boring to watch, and I was watching some streamers I quite like playing it, and I was just like, well, this sucks. this is extremely boring.
Yeah. I saved you, Mike. Don't worry.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. No, I was just waiting. I was waiting in the entrance of the tomb.
Oh, are you guys going in the tomb?
Yeah.
I'm
Better
I'm busy
than staying
mining
out
copper.
at night, I think.
If you guys want to go in the tomb, I'm sure Mike can protect you. I'm gonna mine this copper. I've already done a bunch of tombs. But Mike, if you're not hurting for the little cube things, I would like to have those.
Yeah, I'm not hurting for them. I have more than enough of them.
I have
What are
one.
the little cube things?
Certainly.
Yeah,
cores.
they're Solnir cubes or something, or cores. I don't know, but you use them to craft. You have to have them to craft your smelting and your kiln, and you also need them to build portals. Like I have the recipe to build a portal right now, but I can't do it because I don't have any of the cubes. I only have 2.
Yeah, the cubes are very useful.
Yeah, they're extremely useful, and I feel like there's an extremely finite amount of them in the world unless you unlock a way to craft them later.
Oh, you can actually kill the enemies they come from later.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they're not exactly finite. They're farmable.
Yeah, as long as they become less annoying to get later. Because right now they're fairly frustrating to look for if they're the only thing you need.
Yeah, gotta find tombs. Which
So
is
do
its own can of
tombs?
worms.
So do tombs like have any? Do they just have like skeletons and stuff, or are there like more dangerous things lurking in
There
their
are more dangerous
secret?
tombs in the later biomes.
And there are more dangerous types of skeletons too
Mhm.
that you run into as you go.
Yeah, the skeleton in the tomb is very Skyrim, you know.
Yeah, except I hate it in Skyrim, and I don't hate it so much in this game. I find Draugr to be the worst enemy in any game ever. I hate fighting Draugr. I think it's so boring.
I mean, they're just zombies, right?
Yeah, except like somehow less interesting.
There are Draugr in God of War, but that game's also like Norse based. I think
Yeah,
Draugr
I
is
feel
just
like
like a
it won't
Norse
bother
thing.
me at all in God of War because like I don't know, the combat will be better.
Yeah,
Skyrim's
the
combat's terrible.
combat in that game is real good. Which I don't know if this matters to anyone listening, but Sony did put out like a 4K 60 frames per second patch for PS5 owners for God of War, and God of War is part of the PlayStation Plus collection. So if you have a PlayStation 5, you get God of War, and now you can play it in like glorious fidelity. So if you haven't played God of War, definitely check that out. It's one of PS4's best games by far.
Yeah, I saw Girlfriend Reviews re-reviewed the game.
Yeah,
Now that she's
I
more
love
video
that
game
channel, dude. She's so
I loved it
funny.
when they first started. Now that she's more video game literate, I actually find it less interesting.
Really? I still think they're like both like the couple's sense of humor is so good. Like I find them really funny.
They are, yeah, they are quite funny. But I definitely miss back when, like, I don't know, it was more authentic to my dating experience when she had no idea what was going on, but liked watching anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Now that
she
yeah.
still mostly watches the games, right? Like she,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but
obviously
they
she has
definitely
more experience
it's
now.
not they don't fulfill their promise anymore in my opinion of it being like this is what it's like to live with a person who plays this like
I mean, the the God of War one specifically, since we're talking about, it, I think they kind of fulfilled that one, right? Because like she was talking about how he was spending like days like prepping for the final Valkyrie fight, and how that's like that. And I mean, I can totally relate to that, right? Like that's one of the hardest bosses in a video
full
game.
disclosure,
Like,
I actually
outright
haven't
out.
watched that video yet, but
Oh, okay, never mind.
that particular video I haven't yet. It's just in general the channel has kind of lost me.
Ah,
I gotta head back to work.
kind
I'll
of
see her.
a tangential thing, but if we were talking about gaming related YouTube channels, Connor, you turned me on to one that I've been
FitMC. Oh my
obsessed
god,
with.
yeah.
So Fit MC, he's a guy who basically documents the history and quirks of this Minecraft server called 2B2T.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
it
throw a
is, as he
content
puts
warning
it,
in because I don't know our crowd too much,
Right.
but in the earlier FitMC videos, he
Oh.
doesn't blur out the chat. And where this is a quote unquote anarchy server, there is a lot of racial slurs and
right, so
unsightly things in
let
chat.
me finish. I'm about to die, by the way. But
You should probably.
let me,
That's
let me-
a bad.
okay,
Okay, I'm dead.
it's okay. But you know, as he describes it in every video, it is the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft, and anarchy truly means that, right? So like, it's a server where anything goes, including cheats and hacks, right? So, you know, like obviously, as human nature dictates, like it's full of vile, repulsive things.
I mean, yeah, it
But
got its
it's
start
also-
like it first got popularity on 4chan, I believe.
Right. But it's
So-
also fascinating, just because this server has such a rich history and
yeah,
just
it's
such a
weird. Yeah.
an interesting story, you know, like, and just following what happens on it, like, and in his style of like narration and documentation is very interesting as well. He does
It is,
such a good job of just making that so interesting. So if you're into Minecraft at all, I highly recommend checking out Fit MC. It's fascinating stuff.
Did you get killed, Ahmed?
Yeah, I'm dead.
That's sad. Yeah, I really enjoy his channel. I've also fallen into if we're plugging YouTube channels right now, I've fallen in love with pretty much the entire Hermitcraft franchise.
What is that?
It's just a big server with a bunch of YouTubers who all play on one survival multiplayer server. So like instead of doing their single player let's play, they just do it all together and they do crossovers and stuff all the time and help each other out. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of went on a Minecraft bender lately, and that was part of it.
Yeah, and just to bring it back to 2B2T really quick, the Anarchy server. One fascinating thing about it is like the phenomenon of griefing, right? So like people in it troll all the time, right? So like these builders build these insane elaborate structures, right? And this is all in survival mode, not creative mode, mind you, right? They build these insane structures like cities, and like they build these incredible looking things. And because it's an anarchy server, anything goes. If a random person finds it and like wants to blow it to smithereens, they can. So like almost anything that gets built there gets destroyed. So it's a very like cyclical thing, right? Like it's almost like if you build something amazing, it's on a timer, right? Like it's gonna get found by someone eventually and destroyed.
Have you
And
seen
that channel does a really good job of like documenting some of the amazing things that are built there.
Yeah, have you seen the video about how they've started trying to preserve things using water?
Yeah, the water preservation. Yeah, so I think that's a neat idea, but like I'm sure the griefers will find a way to destroy that too.
Yeah, it's so weird because they're on a very old version of Minecraft because that would not work in modern versions.
Right.
Well, it would work to prevent TNT. I guess it would largely work because those big structures you have to use things like TNT to destroy and withers.
And I just think it's fascinating that like most of the players that aren't noobs on that server are using like dozens of hacks at any given time, like just
Yeah, it's extremely fascinating too that like it's a huge server. Like there are tons of people on the wait list all the time and all. And
Yeah.
yet still as he's telling the history, the same handful of names keep popping up,
Yeah, there's
Like
definitely like a group of players that have basically taken control of that server, right? And like and
yeah,
it's
made
interesting because like
yeah,
same
they made
players
a
keep
name for
popping up over and
themselves.
over again. So it's like you get a sense of like the server actually has like a history, right? Like there are these characters in this story that he's telling us, which is weird to say about a dodgy Minecraft server.
It's extremely fascinating.
Very interesting. I watched several of his videos every day since you introduced me to that channel,
Yeah,
Connor.
I have too. It's something I really like as background noise.
Yeah. So, what YouTube videos have you been watching, Mike?
The same old, same old. No, I really don't branch out anymore. Usually,
Sad.
I'll just follow the YouTube recommendation rabbit hole and learn about weird crap on the internet. I
What
have
about-
been I have been going
Yeah.
on a binge of like the disturbing side of the internet though.
That sounds
Yeah,
unhealthy.
that's definitely a rabbit hole.
I've gone down several rabbit holes.
I've
also been
I like
watching
to be in a
Billiam.
mood. Sometimes
Billiam's
I get in the
interesting.
mood for that sort of thing. Any games you want to talk about, Mike?
Okay, so I've been speaking of map games. I picked up Imperator Rome finally.
Yeah, I saw you playing that on Steam.
It's actually a good game now. It used to when it launched, I refused to touch it because everything I was seeing from it just looked awful.
So what is it?
Well, it's along the vein of every other game that Paradox releases, where it's a map painter, but it's set during the Roman Republic era.
Okay. Paradox? Those are the same guys who made Stellaris, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very similar to other games I play. It's just a different historical era. But now it actually has some depth to it. When it launched, it had like these weird mana mechanics where to do anything, you just like click a button over and over again, which isn't that engaging.
That
Yeah.
sounds terribly boring.
It just looked super boring and I didn't want to play it. Then they released their 2.0 update and it's like, hey, it's a brand new game. We completely revamped the entire system.
It's becoming more and more common, isn't it?
Paradox is good about that as well. Although they're really good
Like-
about, as they release DLC, they'll do a free content update that adds a substantial amount to the base game.
So is this like a 4X game? Because you said like it's a map painter. Is that what that means?
No, map painters are more in the grand strategy vein.
Okay. I still would like to know. I don't think I've ever played a grand strategy game, but I played plenty of 4X games. I definitely want to try out grand strategy at some
Grand
point.
strategies right now are your big Paradox games like Crusader Kings 2
Right.
or Crusader Kings 3 now.
Yeah.
You can actually play Crusader Kings 2 for free though, and pay $5 a month for all the DLC.
Yeah, that's
Which
actually a really cool business
really
model, I
good
think.
business model, considering that there
Yeah.
are hundreds of dollars of DLC and they changed the game radically. Being able to just pay $5 and play it for a month is
Yeah,
super
and
convenient.
figure out whether or not it's even something you're interested in.
Yeah.
I think the fact
that's a
that
good
they've kind
idea.
of opened the door to that is extremely cool.
It's a
Obviously,
nice.
they're gonna do it
nice
with their
pickup.
older game, right? I don't think they'll do it with 3 because, money.
No,
But
they probably will.
you think so?
Yeah, but they'll probably do it when they release more DLC.
Okay. Yeah.
Because right now 3 doesn't even have any DLC as far as I know. But it's a nice. Paradox has both the best and worst DLC business model. The best in that they actually continue to update their games for years upon years. The worst in that they charge you for those updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was
But-
just looking at, like I said, I was playing Stellaris, and just the list of expansions to that game is insane. There's so many.
But they're all good. That's the thing. It's
Yeah,
not a stinker among them.
that's impressive.
I've never seen a game that has had that few stinkers in it. But Stellaris does. And there might be some DLCs that are kind of dubious in their quality, but they all add enough to the game that they're kind of worth buying.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if me and my cousin get really, really into it, like I said, we're still in the early game, but if we get obsessed over it, I'm sure I'll pick up a decent amount of those DLCs.
Yeah, but back to Imperator Rome. The way they've turned around that game from when I first saw it at launch is insane. Gone are all the systems of, oh, hey, you have this certain amount of ruler power, religious power, and you got to spend it to convert population from slaves to free men, versus it just happens organically now in the background. Army management's there. You actually have to call up levies. It just feels better. I'm still steamrolling all of Italy, but, I mean, I'm having fun doing it.
Yeah, can't complain there.
I rampaged through all of Italy as Rome, and I had a blast doing it. Because in the background, I'm trying to make sure all the major families in the Republic aren't about to kill me.
So guys, I got my stuff back, but now it's really dark, and I don't know how to get out of here.
And it's
Shouldn't be really dark. It's like midday.
He's in the tomb.
I'm in the crypt without
But
a torch.
the crypt is clear.
Oh yeah, you can just leave.
Yeah, you can just walk around.
I'm trying to find the exit. It's so dark.
Well, don't you have
Oh.
a torch? You got your stuff back.
Nope, my torch ran out. That's how I died.
Oh, beans.
Circling core. What is that?
Oh, you need.
Oh yeah, grab that. That's worth more than anything else in your inventory. For sure.
Hilarious. Okay. Now I just need to get out of here.
But
Wow, did you only get 2
Maybe I
circling
can just
cores
turn
from
up the
in there?
brightness on my
Yeah.
computer.
Paradox is good. Their games are good. Somewhat. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
On the right days.
Yeah, I mean, I've been eyeing Paradox for a long time, and now with Stellaris and then eventually Crusader Kings 3, I definitely want to really dive into their games because on paper at least it seems like something I'd be super into. And I'm really enjoying Stellaris so far, so if there's more of that, that's only a good thing.
The thing about Stellaris is their only true 4X that they have in that general vicinity of their games. Because otherwise it's grand strategy, which focuses less on the elements of 4X other than exterminate and expand.
Yeah, I mean,
like a
I think
2X.
out of just sheer curiosity, I want to play a grand strategy game because I don't think I've ever played one of those before. So I turned up the brightness a lot, and now I can see perfectly.
Yeah, map painters are cool.
I've never played one. I don't know that they really appeal to me.
Even
I'm
though
not a big strategy guy. I've
the
never
thing
been one
about
for carrying out a plan.
like Crusader Kings isn't even a map painter really. It's more of a character like role playing simulator. Like it has more
But they're
elements
like
of that
they're
than
like
grand
end
strategy.
goals and stuff, right? Like there's like
No.
you can like win.
There is no win condition actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
It's
thought
just
of
like
like a win
pure
condition.
simulation, maybe.
Yeah. Your win condition is maybe going for world conquest, but most people don't do that. Usually they'll set like a win condition, like maybe like an achievement, or they'll get bored.
Oh,
Like
okay. I
maybe,
didn't know that.
like I think my win condition for Imperator Rome is either reach the end of the game, or reach the historical extent of the Roman Empire, whichever happens first.
Yeah, that's kind of unique. I didn't actually know that. I don't know how I'd cope with games not giving me an end goal.
Stellaris has an end date too.
Yeah, I know Stellaris does. I know like eventually these universe-ending threats happened and like your galactic civilization is at risk. It's it's funny like I said we're only in the early game, but my cousin we were playing and then like there's like a portal next to Earth, right? Like he chose that origin or whatever where there's like a gateway and then like suddenly alien ships came out of the gateway and just like totaled his army. Like he didn't stand a chance and now he's like basically just donezo. So
Yeah, although Stellaris' endgame crises, they're not like game enders. They're to present a challenge for a player who's already like subjugated the galaxy.
yeah, so I guess this is an interesting question for you, Mike. So we're basically at the point we have like several science ships, we have engineering ships, we've set up some star ports and stuff like that in different solar systems, and we have got science ships exploring different places. We've uncovered multiple anomalies and stuff like that. Would you say that's still like early game, or does that sort of just keep going? throughout the
Early game lasts until you've basically expanded your borders to another alien civilization.
Okay, so I have met one, like
Like once you
and
can't expand freely anymore, there's actually like year definitions of what's early game and what's late game.
mhm.
Like your first 100 year or your first like 50 years is early game. You'll see
Okay.
you'll hit mid game once you have hit your mid game crisis like the cons or whatever.
Okay. Okay, so we might be in like late early game because my borders at least haven't like fully like I can still expand a little bit, but I do see the where the other civilization is and they're pretty close to me.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. By the way, guys, I'm running back with all my stuff. Hopefully I don't die.
I feel like that's probably a good place for us to end when you get back, right?
Yeah.
I'm just chopping wood. Not the most interesting thing in the world.
What's this? Like a ruined tower.
Yeah, there are a bunch of ruins sitting around. I don't really see, I don't get it yet. Like, they have
Don't get it.
sometimes decent stuff in them. I'm actually interested to see how fast, like my progression through this game has been extremely slow as a new player. I'm actually very curious to see what progression to a second playthrough looks like.
I mean, I imagine it'd be a lot faster, right? You know what to do now.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably I would be fighting that first boss way faster if I, like, knew, knew exactly how hard it was going to be and everything. I'd probably get the bow and then, go for the bow immediately, go for leather armor immediately,
Yeah.
and then fight the boss, and then be able to go start getting brass immediately. Or bronze. I keep saying brass. I don't know why. But go get bronze very quickly.
Oh, no.
I think,
No. Back, you hungry wolf.
You're close enough. I'll come back you up.
Where are the wolves at?
Yeah, there shouldn't be
Chasing me.
wolves in the Black Forest.
It's something. I don't know if it's a wolf or not.
That's probably a boar.
Oh, it's probably a boar or a deer. The deer talk a lot in this game, and it's kind of weird. Just like
Cough.
talk, like they
Oh,
make
okay.
sound a lot. And deer in real life make a really freaky sound, but they don't make it very often.
I don't think I've ever heard of like a deer emit noise.
It's
Yeah,
like a
right?
it's like a screech kinda.
Yeah, it's like a scream kind of. It doesn't sound good.
No, the first time you hear it, it kind of scares you, but once you
Yeah,
Kind
I
of
had
like
a
a
baby.
kind of like a sheep or whatever.
Yeah, I had a baby deer sneak up on me in the woods when I was really little, and it started screaming in my ear, and I thought it was my friends yelling at me, like, because I was out in the woods with some friends, and nope, and we hightailed it out of there because we did not want an angry mama deer after us. We were like 9 or something,
Yeah.
and a mama deer probably would have stamped us to death.
So if you guys come back, Connor, if you come back, I can give you the thing I found in the
Either put it in the
cave.
chest next to the blacksmithing stuff. It's outside. There's a
Inside.
couple of them there already.
Oh, wow, I
It's
didn't
against
even
the-
know this stuff was here. Wow. Okay. All right, you guys ready to wrap up? Thank you guys for listening. You can follow us at Podcast Game Talk on Twitter. Please like, rate, and review us on any podcast service you use, and click the link in the description of this video / podcast to join our Discord and talk to us there. And yeah, definitely check this video out on YouTube.
Yeah, and
you're
if you wanna
listening
do
to
us
it,
a
I'm not really
favor-
sure why.
If you want to do us a favor, let us know in the comments or on Discord how you found the podcast, because we have some listeners from around the world, and we're kind of curious how they found us.
Yeah, we have a lot. I mean, lot, relatively speaking, but we have quite a few silent listeners, and it'd be nice to hear from you guys every once in a while. So, yeah, don't be shy. Feel free to talk to us. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you, Connor and Mike.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
See you next time.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you guys next week.